And John, I want to ask about clothing, because usually when people think of, TikTok made me buy it or Instagram did, you think of the traditional social media companies. In your survey, though, in terms of the path to purchase, Amazon remaining the top choice from where some of these consumers actually start looking first, and then Google. So talk about that dichotomy there. What is Amazon doing right?
Sure. Yeah, my colleague John Blackledge covers Amazon and Google, and he's written extensively on these topics in the report. The Amazon ticked down in a few areas of path to purchase and also shopping preference in a few ways. So they've normalized from their highs they made during the pandemic. Google, on the other hand, is extending its preference and path to purchase for younger consumers in particular. So those two companies play enormous roles in commerce, right? I mean, they're trillion-dollar market caps. The reach that they have is absolutely enormous. And I think Google, from a search perspective, it continues to significantly influence the path to purchase for all consumers, but particularly younger consumers.
John, you talked about value being a big driver for consumers in millennials as well as Gen Z, and yet, I was thinking a few years ago, it was about sustainability that we kept hearing, that this is a group that would buy at secondhand shops. They were more aware about how much they're buying. What's shifted? Is it this current economic environment that has sort of swung the pendulum back to cheaper and more?
Yes. I think where we are in the cycle right now, in this consumer cycle, is people are in a very difficult place, in a very different place from where we were in 2021 and pre-pandemic in 2019. Inflation and interest rates have skyrocketed. It's changed the economy fundamentally, and it's changed consumer budgets. And it's changed comfort levels. It's changed animal spirits in terms of how much and where people want to spend. And value really resonated in the survey this year, and consumers looking to cut spend also showed big increases and are very high levels. Sustainability as a purchase decision ticked down from the highs we've seen in the past. And I think that's directly related to people probably searching for value and price value registering more. That said, it still ranks relatively high among younger consumers and higher for younger consumers than it does for older consumers. So sustainability is still a theme. It's just ticking down from the levels we've seen in the past.
And John, just very quickly, if you were to think of your top three headwinds for these particular groups of consumers in a higher for longer interest rate environment, what would they be?
Yeah, interest rates, borrowing costs, inflation, if it continues on this pace, that's ultimately going to not only eat into budgets, but it's going to keep rates higher. And I think just where we are in the cycle of spending, I think the consumer is going to have a difficult time coming out of this into 2024.
John Kernan, TD Cowen, Managing Director of Retail and Consumer Brands. It's good to talk to you today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.